Murtaza sort of leaving Honey behind almost, but coming back for his teammate, and they are gonna take that boat and move on to the other side of this river. Is it a sea?
It's more like a sea because this is a strait, first of all, but it's like it connects to a bigger water body, and that's probably the ocean, so you can't call it a river. It's more like a strait. But he's gonna crash in. Oh no! Look at that. We missed that opportunity. Watch that crash onto us to the side. The boat's gonna be popped out. Target's gonna be, no more on this map anymore. They were trying to figure out a way to actually get out, but this is in fact a good strategy being played out by this team. A wonderful bridge camp, and they did secure that destructive kill.
Yeah, but now they are. That was a good strategy for one-time use, but now they have put themselves in the same spot that the Grunders put themselves in. A late rotation towards circle is always dangerous for you, and that is also going to apply to team number 25. They are quite far away. They decide to go for the drop, and now coming in this late towards the circle, that's going to be this close to the mountain with all that high ground advantage being there. You are just you are going to get taken out.
Indeed, I think it is a lot of information given, especially. It is a lot noisier, especially if you have the weapons being popped out, especially. But another one over here, they are ready with position. He's going to spray his bullets just to secure or probably chase them away. More like bravery act for the side, but to be really careful with this last position with the vehicle. It is quite risky business just to give out a lot of noise, especially with the vehicles coming in. Crazy is going to be crazy with that drive coming in. Just to put in a lot of cover, but they have to be really careful. KPK once again has secured ground, and they will wait for Crazy to pop out. Well, meanwhile, we have Rocky on the other side, going to be knocked out as well once again. And here we have the whole team member being wiped out, I think. Bravo. Kudo. I think KPK took the game lead, especially in this crucial moment with the battle coming up. And they're going to be really happy with this. 9 teams remaining, and 2 teams, in fact, within this vicinity. It's just looking good.
Yeah, KPK Gaming just being that third member to the party, Crazy, and the other team that was there but got taken out because Crazy actually managed to knock them down and KPK came in for the finish. Now the battle is getting intense because Crazy have already managed to sort of take out one squad. They just set them up for the players. KPK, Blaze came in and took them out. But Eraser and Harry, both of them are down. And Lion is going to decide to go on Bravo. When Bravo decides to run away, will he be able to get away on this one? He is around the house. Prada is going to get spotted out. Shots are being fired on him. Lion does knock him out. It's Lion versus Bravo this time, and Lion's knocked out by Bravo. But Charge is there for the support for teammate, and the other team members are going to choke Bravo out this time.
The smokes are being popped out, especially to secure his teammates once again, but they're still pushing forward. He's taking that damage on 1v1. He's going to be knocked out as well. Meanwhile, backup is still available, but he still has to survive more. The back end, they're still helping him and put him up, especially because they need more members within the vicinity. He is taking him hostage, especially in this moment, waiting for Fahim to actually rush in. Is he going to take more damage? No. I think it is definitely looking good for the side, I think. They have taken down for the side. I think Rocky will probably have to say goodbye this time around.
Yeah, KPK also went down. Quite unfortunate, but it was a good fight. It was a really commendable fight for both these teams. They played it really well, but someone had to come out on top. And here we see Zayan firing some shots on Targon Oreo.
The other side, I think, Target is still looking quite strong. They're going to be having that cover, but Dark's going to fall off from the side, I think. They have taken down damage towards his name, but he has the backup provided. If he still managed to push in, especially with the blue line closing in, it is definitely looking quite in a bit of a sticky situation for the side of Zion. Once again for the side of TND, on the other side of Cliff with the high ground positioning, he has that vision onto Zion. He might be able to pour shots on towards him, but is looking bad for the side. And Dark's going to be quite careful once again this one because he does not have the backup provided nearby. But meanwhile, Target's going to be rushing and pushing themselves away from the battle zone and just trying to secure themselves around this time around.
Ooh, and we know Moise just land beautiful spray and knocking down 2 players. It's going to be up to Daku to revive his teammates or take 5 and then revive his teammate. But Moise is going in for the rush. He is going to knock Daku as well, and with that, other team gets taken out. We are down to the final 6 teams. 17 players alive on this map, and Dark Cyan also is down. And once again, this is the PUBG Mobile Pakistan Challenge brought to you by the new Oppo A9 2020. A phone with 8 GB RAM, 5000 mAh battery, Game Boost 2.0 and Dolby Atmos. 5000 mAh battery. You've been playing for 26 minutes, your phone dies. How important is having that much power?
It's really frustrating, bro.
Yeah.
I think, especially in the last moment, like, you're going to be lagged out, or you're going to have your phone, you know, acting up against you. If you have a stable battery like that, it is quite impressive. 5,000.
5,000 is quite a lot, man.
Yeah. But that is the Oppo A9 once again. But going back to the game, the final 6 within this vicinity, the circle is getting smaller now. The crate drop, especially behind the far side, but they're not going to be worried about that anymore on the high ground, I think. Crazy was, in fact, looking strong. They have that benefit with the individuals being picked up. They're going to be scouting out Targaryens. They are going to knock out members now. 1 sole member going up against 4. This is looking bad for the side of Targaryens. And at the back end, you still have the other opponent members. If they do give out this position, it's going to look good for the side of Crazy. At the same time, it's going to look bad for Zen. The grenade's going to be flushed out. Now, he still is looking and hungry for that kill once again. He is going to have that moment to help him and pick his teammates out, but then no more chance for the side. Once again, he's going to be tagged out. Finally, one remaining member of Let Him Goes. Is he going to survive at the back end? Abno behind the cliff side, still providing that blind fire, and no more does he have that opportunity to climb back up because his members are all down and over across the map. Now we have this benefit for the side of Crazy once again. They were in fact the stronger team, especially look at early game, Baron, how they played out, how they used the vehicle movement, and how they can actually capitalize over such situations, bringing up the momentum.
Yeah, they had really had the momentum in the early game and they kept the ball rolling into later stages of the game. But it's going to be up to Team Envy to capitalize on the fact that Team Crazy are just coming in from a fight. They are quite low, but it was a really good play coming in from Team Crazy over there, that they just put up an entire smoke wall because they were expecting a fight. And as you say, preemptive smokes are always good in later stages.
Indeed, Varun. Envy Morris taking more damage onto his line. He's going to fall off now. I think it is looking good for the side. The final round teams, 3 teams remaining. Headshot, been knocked out as well from the 6. But at the back end, he's going to fall over. Jarcy are within that prone area now. Within that vicinity. Has to be careful with this moment. Now once again, Envy side going to have that cover in a brief period. The blue line is coming in closer. And he's got caught himself as well. 3 final teams at the back end, whose trainer is going to be having that damage outside. Envy Moore is outside the circle, and it's just a final 2 once again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the PUBG Mobile Pakistan Challenge powered by the Oppo A9, and the final round. Once again, if you're watching us, this has been a brilliant performance for the side. 2 final teams, and this time around, Crazy was knocked out, and he will survive as well with Envy alongside. They're going to pop out the smokes just to cover themselves up. He does not have the teammates ready. They were in fact outside the circle, which in fact gave them a bit of a disadvantage for that matter.
Yeah, the circle in the blue zone, in fact, in this late of the game, does a lot of damage, and it's going to be up to Envy Upsaw to clutch this out. 1 versus 2 situation, and it's Team the Next Destiny right in front of him. He is in a tough spot because D&D have the high ground advantage. They have the cover of the building, and he is quite in the open. So he is going to lay on the ground and crawl his way around the smoke, trying to find out or spot someone that he can take out and make the situation a 1 versus 1.
The last minute here, especially a very crucial moment for both sides. The Next Destiny going up against Team Envy. We still have 2 members for the side of the Next Destiny. T&D in short. And Envy, meanwhile, has to be really careful with Upsaw. If he does manage to get that last kill, it's going to be putting up into a very great spot, especially in the standings, and that is definitely what they are hoping for this time. And the whole team is really reliant and dependent on him.
Yeah, they are relying on him, but even after right now, like, finishing on the 6th spot, he has secured 22 points for his team, and they already have a lot of kills, 9 kills. So it's a decent finishing spot right now for them, but they have to look at the fact that this is just the first game. We have 4 more games to go after this one. They have the opportunity to climb even higher.
Well, meanwhile, we have to go back to the game once again. The blue line is slowly closing in. The smokes are being popped out just to cover themselves up. D&D on the high ground might have a bit of an edge this time around, but Envy's gonna crawl a bit closer just to have a bit of a vision, just to secure maybe someone at the far end and hopefully get a certain kill this time around. I like the fact that he still is looking quite strong, even though he's going to be really patient, especially in this last round. The last circle, guys, this is definitely looking quite impressive for the side. We expect a lot more from the side, especially most teams, but you're going to see a lot of action back. I mean, once again, the final round, Baran, is quite impressive.
Yeah, and final round of first game in the PUBG Mobile Pakistan Challenge, brought to you by the new Oppo A9 2020 with 8 gigs of RAM, 5000 mAh battery, Game Boost 2.0 and Dolby Atmos. That is quite important, especially if you're this close to the enemy.
You will not want the lags coming in, especially in this crucial moment. The Molotov's going to be popped out in a very different directional approach coming in. T&D as well crawling close by to the enemy. Absol's going to have to be really careful because there is the benefit coming in from both ends. Now the grenade's going to be popped out as well. This is in fact the last circle close in. Already 32 minutes onwards the game now. We have the smokes as well. The utility is keeping him alive. That is the only factor, Varun. Without the utilities you can't really sustain a game once again. Absol is really careful. TND on both sides, if he can actually spread out and get that certain kill for the side, Envy will have a big issue.
Yeah, it will be a big issue for him, but Team ND are dragging this out quite a bit right now. They could go in for the rush and take him out because it is a 2-1. He can't aim at 2 people at the same time. They have the man advantage, they have the ground advantage, and yeah, they have the utility as well to throw in grenades and the Molotovs. They did throw one earlier, but that did not work for them.
Still waiting for last round. I think they have to push it slowly. This is all about that patient gaming from both ends. TND is looking strong. I hope they push in slowly because they have to be confident. But once again, 15 logs is on the line. You can't really risk losing out, especially in a crucial moment this time around. And if you can actually push in slowly for the side up, so will have to be the one getting that benefit if you can actually take down one member for the side. This is, once again, Warren, it's pretty intense. You can't really predict who's going to win because you have the benefit. Anyone can win.
Yeah, they are being quite patient and like really patient right now, using that ridge as a really good cover to hide themselves. Both of the teams are doing this. TND are on one of the bridge, Envy is hiding on the other side, and they are just waiting for one to make the mistake of getting up.
He has definitely the medkit along with him, and that will hopefully get him a bit more survivability option as well. He also has the utilities as well now. He can actually use it to actually perform a better, or maybe have a better performance against the side of TNA. And with the M416 along towards his name, I think he's definitely looking good. Oh, what is this? Huzaifa just crawling up slowly. Close. This isn't just looking... I have to say, Warren, it is very... This is the moment where the players are actually having that really fast heartbeat, especially. And that is actually crucial. And that will give you, especially, sweaty hands. And it is intense, Warren.
Yeah, sweaty hands, shaky reactions, all that comes right now. And it's not just the players, it's the viewers and us as well, because this has been going on for quite some time now. Alright, I remember looking at the clock, it was 33 minutes, now it's 35 minutes, 2 minutes, and both these teams are just lying there, just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the zone to close in.
And he's actually hoping that Upstar can take this down, but... Meanwhile, on the side, we also have 2 members supporting the side of TND. They're fallen brothers. They can actually hope for the win from both sides. What can we say, Warren? It's like no one is moving. They want to win the game. They want the first position, 30 points. But then again, 22 is still looking. It is always a good position, especially. But then again, you aren't of hope or aim for second spot. It's always first spot that most teams probably want.
Yeah, the first spot is quite important. I mean, 30 points, then you get 22, and the circle is going to close in. Whoever has the least amount of health now is going to die. This was the final circle. The zone is going to go away. And Upsaw is starting his but the bullets taking him